Lucky and sensible. Generally, it is difficult to find these two words together. But in the case of Norway, it isn't. With a population of 5 million people, Norway is one of the wealthiest nations. The country ranks fourth in terms of GDP per capita. But how did they manage to achieve this growth? Well, keep watching to know. In the 1960s, Norway was like any other developing Asian country. Back then, they were mainly dependent on fishing. But it all changed in 1969, when a ship found oil in the North Ocean. The reserve of oil was very huge. Due to this, they were able to produce more oil per capita than many other oil-rich countries. However, Norway decided to stay out of OPEC. This was to keep its own energy prices in line with world markets. So instead of privatizing the oil production industry, the Norwegian government established its own oil company named Statoil, and gave the drilling and production rights to Norsk Hydro and the newly formed Saga Petroleum. These state-owned companies made generous revenue. But the Norwegian government knew they cannot depend on these finite resources for their development, as the oil market is very volatile, and complete economic dependency on this market could be catastrophic to the country's future. So the government decided not to invest the revenue like any other country would do. Which means, they will not invest to build lavish infrastructure, or to reduce taxes. Instead, they started to invest the revenue in a sovereign wealth fund. Norway's sovereign fund is the biggest in the world. It contains more than $1 trillion. Now, if you divide this fund by the entire Norwegian population, then each citizen will get more than $200,000. But according to the law, the government or anybody cannot use that money for any spending. Yet, the government can use profits generated from the funds. The investments in this fund are a very diverse portfolio of stocks, bonds, cash and commodities, which comprises almost 1.4% of global stocks and shares. In 2019, alone Norway made a whopping $180 billion profit from this money. These profits are used for public infrastructure, education, healthcare systems, and other welfare programs. However, for ethical reasons they avoid investing in companies which manufacture weapons, tobacco, companies that do severe damage to the environment, and companies with corruption scandals. Along with the oil industry, fishing also plays a major role in the country's economy. Norway is the world's second biggest seafood exporter after China. Norway has a well-educated workforce and very low unemployment rate. Plus they have high trade surplus, and one of the highest life expectancy rate. But, the tax rate in Norway is one of the highest in the world. And due to these high taxes, the cost of living here is very high, compared to other developed nations. This hurts many other exports of the country, but Norwegian people do not have any problem with this. And that is because, in return they get free education, healthcare, and other welfare programs. Apart from this, Norway has a good political leverage because of their investment in international companies. This has helped to change many corporate policies of different companies. This political leverage has given a significant amount of power to Norwegian government to create their influence in world economics. So, after looking at all these things, some of you may say, Norway has grown upon their luck. Well, yes, that is partially true, as making good decisions, and being an opportunist has also played a major role in this growth. So, what are your views about this video? Let us know in the comments section below. And we are glad you watched the full video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Thank you.